Hopefully Mother Nature will give us a break from the heat courtesy of some easterly winds, and eventually this weekend with the cold front now it will bring some showers and thunderstorms through the area this weekend, but we're looking at readings that might only be in the low 80s by Saturday and Sunday. First, a look at radar, sweeping clear. We do have a couple of clouds out there, and with that easterly wind sometimes it's enough to pick up a quick shower and push it onshore. Might even be able to see this little low-level circulation right in there working its way back closer to the coast, and you can see that we did have one or two showers pop up just south of the Albemarle Sound. As that little weak area of low pressure works its way westward, it'll throw a few clouds our way later tonight. Also notice some more moisture off towards the south with another broader area of low pressure. I think that'll be close enough to parts of the southern Outer Banks and maybe they'll pick up a shower later tonight. And as we go through your Independence Day, just a slight chance of an isolated shower as well. So through the rest of the afternoon and the evening, that easterly wind continuing. Notice temperatures by 7 o'clock in the mid 80s. And as we get towards 9 o'clock, we start to see some 70s showing up on the map. There's some of those clouds and then maybe a few isolated showers pushing along the southern Outer Banks later tonight. Now through the day tomorrow, that easterly wind will continue, maybe a little bit stronger, and that'll help temperatures just a little bit more. I think Futurecast still is overdoing the chances of rain tomorrow. We'll put a 20% chance of an isolated shower or maybe an isolated thunderstorm in the forecast for your Independence Day. But notice temperatures in the mid 80s. I'm going about 87 degrees for an afternoon high temperature tomorrow. A little better chance for an isolated shower or two as we get into the day on Thursday. But for fireworks, looks like it should be very nice across Hampton Roads tomorrow evening. Now into Thursday, a little bit of a better chance for an isolated shower or thunderstorm. We'll put those odds up at around 30% as we go through the afternoon, and those temperatures will start to climb a little bit more as the winds start to pick up a little more of a southerly direction. Outside right now, a beautiful shot from our camera on top of the Chamberlain in Hampton, looking out over Hampton Roads. Got a few clouds out there right now. Temperature of 90 degrees. It feels like 96 when you factor in that humidity at 54%. But notice the dew point, 71. Yesterday, that dew point was up around 77, 78 degrees. So that's why we're not seeing those 100+ degree feels like temperatures or heat index values across Hampton Roads. Though it is still hot. 90 degrees in Surrey, 89 in Smithfield, 89 in Hertford, 88 Wallops Island, 89 in Hampton, and 93 degrees in Portsmouth. So the forecast for tonight, mainly clear, muggy and warm, 76 degrees. And tomorrow for your Independence Day, 87. That slight chance of an isolated shower, thunderstorm, otherwise partly sunny skies. And for all the fireworks displays, we'll time it out for you 8, 9, 10 o'clock through the evening. We're looking at a temperature around 80 degrees at 8 p.m., 79 by 9 p.m., and by 10 p.m. a temperature of 78. Lows tomorrow night down to 75, partly cloudy, muggy and warm. And for Thursday, an isolated afternoon shower, thunderstorm, 88 degrees under partly sunny skies. And we nudge those rain chances up a little bit more on Friday, 91. And then a cold front moves in. We're looking at a good chance of rain Friday night into Saturday with scattered thunderstorms during the day on Saturday, 82 degrees, 82 on Sunday, looking like a very nice day, and mostly sunny skies early next week with temperatures starting to climb. David?